Well, hello again, everybody. And once again, it's that time of year. It's week one in high school football, and you are looking live at the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. This is Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, presented by Doak Propane, the Bank of Billings, established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County, and our newest sponsor, Calhoun and Associates Insurance. Are you turning 65 soon? Already retired? Hey, Medicare can be confusing, but it doesn't have to be. At Calhoun and Associates Insurance, we make Medicare enrollment smooth, simple, and stress-free. And that's just the beginning. From choosing the right plan to creating a retirement strategy that lasts, Calhoun and Associates Insurance is your one-stop shop for a secure future. We'll help you understand your options, avoid costly mistakes, and build the retirement you deserve because you've worked hard all your life. Now it's time to enjoy it. Call Calhoun and Associates Insurance today at 417-379-2157 or visit calhouninsurances.com. Your golden years start with a golden plan. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller live at the score desk. Kent, it's been a kind of a fun opening night, but a lot of scores coming in.
Yeah, a lot of scores. We have games from last night, a lot of games tonight, and even more tomorrow.
Yes, indeed. And hey, we want to encourage everyone to kind of stay with us here all night long. We've got right now we've got five coaches booked. You're here starting at 9:45, and then every 15 minutes from there on out. So you've got 9:45. We'll hear from Aaron Fritz from Mid Buchanan. 10 o'clock, Cody Bull from Marshfield, who played last night. 10:15, Brett Wiggers from Troy Buchanan, who also played last night. 10:30, going to talk to Ted LePage on their way back from Maryville. He's the Blair Oaks head coach, and they get a big win tonight over Maryville. And then at 11:45, Adam Cruz from St. Louis University High School, the Junior Bills, will be visiting with us. But without further ado, we'll get right to the scores, Kent, and we'll start with last night and then what you have at this point today.
Well, okay. Last night, Eureka defeated Francis Howell 34-22. It was North Point 29, Francis Howell North 0, Kirkwood 10 over Fort Zumwalt West with 3. It was Hazelwood East 45, Hazelwood West 0, Troy Buchanan 43, Ladue 0, Lafayette 45 over Parkway North with 0. Buchanan 54, Plattsburgh 6. It was Marshfield 7-6 over Parkview, and Fort Zumwalt North 34, Pattonville 26. Those are the teams that got us going last night, the first night of the season. The first Friday night, we have Albany over DeKalb 74-32, Tarkio over North Andrew 20-8. Northwest over Santa Fe, 66-8. It was Polo 74, Schuyler County 28. Mound City 46, Princeton 14. West Nottoway 68, St. Joe Christian 28. And we have also Liberty Mountain View 48, Stratford 0. We have Blair Oaks 42, Maryville 14, Lift for Life 22 over MICDS with 17. It was Benton 44, Northeast Kansas City 0, Lincoln Prep 13, University Academy 12. That was a game that I announced this evening. It was a close one, went right down to the wire. John Burroughs 20, University City 0. Roosevelt 20, Confluence Prep 12, Union 14, Washington 10, Carthage 50, Waynesville 8, Webb City 28, Lebanon 20, Joplin 31, Kickapoo 7, and SLU 22, St. Ignatius, which is out of Chicago. They had 3, 22-3 for SLU. And that is the list that I have so far for tonight.
Yeah, we're just here at 9:35. The scores will continue to roll in. Got Coach Archer back at the desk typing in the scores. Games coming up tomorrow. Saturday, August 30th, will be West Platte at Christ Prep, Kansas. DeSmet will take on Creighton Prep. They will travel to Creighton Prep, which is in Nebraska. Hogan Prep will take on KIPP KC Legacy, and Jennings will face McClure. Chaminade against McClure North. Gateway will be at Normandy, and St. Charles will be at Westminster Christian. Had an opportunity to see that Webb City Lebanon game live, and that was really back and forth, and really came down to the final 3 minutes with 2:45 remaining. Webb City was up 21-14. Lebanon scored to make it 21-20. They go for two, and they are denied. They do have all three of their timeouts remaining. Unfortunately, Webb City gets in the end zone. They go up 28-20, and that's where the ball game ended, as Lebanon couldn't get past the Webb City 40-yard line time they had remaining, having burned up all three of their timeouts. Other games that we're still looking for, we can check out our other locations here. St. Genevieve over St. Vincent in the third quarter, 42-31. You mentioned that final there. At the half, we had St. Clair over Potosi, 21-14. In the third quarter, Platte County leads Chrisman 56-0. Mound City over Princeton at the half, 38-0. It was Valley Catholic leading Monroe City 27-14 in the second half. Grain Valley in the fourth quarter, 17-0 over Raytown. Kearney over Fort Osage, 15-6. That game in the third quarter. Kansas City Center over Lafayette, St. Joe Lafayette, 16-15, also in the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, St. Joe Benton leading Northeast 31-0. Also in the third quarter, Parkway West in a back and forth game leads Sackman 28-27. Elsewhere, in the fourth quarter, Rockport over Worth County 34-26. Also, Herculaneum leads Windsor 12-6 in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, Willow Springs over Mountain View 18-12. Also in the fourth, Ozark on top of Willard 31-19. I'm going to check and see if any of these other games have gone final at this point. You're listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Nixa defeats Republic 49-21. I don't know if you mentioned that. Neosho on top of Glendale 38-23 in the fourth. Also now in the fourth, Ozark over Willard. It's now gotten a little tighter, 31-26. Carthage defeats Waynesville 15-8. Joplin over Kickapoo, and I know we've read that score, 31-7. Mount Vernon and Aurora in a tight one in the fourth quarter, 29-26. Mount Vernon on top. Also in the fourth, Logan Rogersville leads Reed Spring 28-12. Cassville and Seneca. Last report, which was going way back to the second quarter, it was 7-7. Also in the fourth, Lamar on top of McDonald County, 35-26. In the fourth, Clever leads Miller 20-7. Also in the fourth quarter, Nevada more than doubles up Monette, 56-26. Ava over Buffalo in the fourth, 37-14. Ash Grove, final score, just gone final. Ash Grove defeats Diamond 34-0. Also a final, El Dorado Springs shuts out Kabul 40-0. Also a final, Houston defeats Pierce City 42-7. Still no score on Osage and Bolivar, and I was at that game earlier tonight, and I can see a third of the field. It's just the scoreboard isn't there. I can't see the scoreboard. So that was troubling. I thought about going and just getting in my car and driving around the block to where I could see the scoreboard, but too much information coming in here as we are approaching 50,000 hits just this evening, and that's before this even aired. But folks, if you want to follow along and participate in the show, you can go to your chat box, and we encourage you to go to Missouri Sports Network, our YouTube page, and subscribe. Go to Facebook and give us a like on Facebook and sign up to follow all of us on Twitter. And you can actually come right in and hey, just test it out right now. I'm looking right at it. You can type us a note. Maybe you were at a game that we don't have a final for. you can type us a note and let us know what that final was. But anyway, certainly glad you have tuned in here tonight. We look forward to bringing you all the scores, and we should have all of them that are being played tonight and last night by the end of the show. Right now, we're going to take a quick timeout as we will come back and we will be visiting with our first guest of the night, Aaron Fritz from Mid-Buchanan, who got a big win last night. You're listening to Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network. Back after this.
Things are a little tight for Terrence right now. But they won't be for long, because Central Bank makes it easier for customers like Terrence to dream bigger.
More room would be nice.
With mortgage solutions that can open the door to more space.
That's what I'm talking about.
For his growing family.
Growing family?
Honey, guess what?
You got this, buddy.
Unplug and unlock. Road trips on easy mode. And a really big touchscreen for the biggest jams. And qualify for up to $7,500 in tax credit with the Equinox EV. Unlock the tech and the value. With the 2025 Equinox EV, America's most affordable over 315-mile range EV. And Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Whether your day starts early or goes late into the night, brings the discovery of something new, or just the work of getting it done, it's all easier with a little help. At Great Southern Bank, we understand the importance of having a trusted, reliable support team who can offer you helpful resources and smart options to make the most of what you have and build on it, with possibilities that inspire you to keep going. Find your support team at GreatSouthernBank.com. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
Hello and welcome back here to the Missouri Sports Network. Here, actually, it's Friday Night Live on the Missouri Sports Network. Guy Newcomb alongside Kent Mueller and Darren Archer in the green room typing up the scores. If you've got a score or a chat you want to send to us, just go to our Facebook page or YouTube channel or Twitter and drop us a note. And sign up to follow us on Twitter would help as well. Ken, have we got any more scores? I see where you typed in Pembroke Hill over Southeast Kansas City, 48-0.
Yes, I had gotten that one in. Let me see. I'm looking for finals.
A lot of these games.
I have Mound City 46, Princeton 14. I don't think I had that one before.
And with the weather, even though like it's not drastically hot, but there were still requirements for some water breaks and things of that nature tonight. A couple of games started early, which surprised me. I can see maybe sometimes they're starting later, but to start earlier, that did surprise me a little bit. But Mid-Buchanan gets a 54-6 win over Plattsburgh, and we're expecting to hear any time now from Mid-Buchanan head coach Aaron Fritz. As we continue to track down scores, you can drop us a note. You can send it to us via Twitter, or you can email us at MissouriSportsNetwork@gmail.com. Again, the scores from last night: Eureka over Francis Howe 34-22. North Point defeats Francis Howe North 29-0. It was Kirkwood over Fort Zumwalt West 10-3. Hazelwood East over Hazelwood West 45-0. Troy Buchanan shuts out Ladue 43-0. And Lafayette over Parkway North 45-0. Mid-Buchanan over Plattsburgh 54-6. And Marshfield in a defensive effort defeats Parkview 7-6. And we'll get to hear about that game from Cody Bull here coming up at 10 o'clock. Ken, we got anything new popping up?
Right now, we hit a little bit of a slow spot. I will say, you mentioned about the heat. The game I announced started at 5. Now, that wasn't due to the have anything to do with the weather. It had to do with the fact that it's a field that doesn't have lights because of the neighbors of the school. But we went the whole game without any need for a water break. It was very pleasant out there. It was great football weather. I have Tarkio 20, North Andrew 8, Northwest 66, Santa Fe 8. I have Liberty Mountain View 48, Stratford 0. Benton over Northeast Kansas City 44-0. Lift for Life 22 over MICDS 17. And as you mentioned before, Blair Oaks 42, Maryville 14. Those are the ones I have right now.
Yeah, and again, you can go to MissouriSportsNetwork.com and you can find all those scores. Yes. So we are efforting right now. This is why I have my camera off. We are efforting Coach Aaron Fritz, and here he is calling right now. Good evening, Coach Fritz, and welcome to the show. Coach, a big win last night. Tell us a little bit about that game.
Got another stop on a turnover and had another big punt return after that as well, and just kept punching it in. And I think our first 4 or 5 possessions started inside our own 40-yard line. So we were able to get up 34-0 in the first and just kind of kept rolling from there and got everybody in, and everybody played a lot of reps, and it was a good night for us.
Could you come out of the game relatively healthy?
Yes, sir. We had our third-string guys in there in the second quarter, so we had lots of guys get playing time, and everybody came out healthy, and it was a good night for us.
Coach, tell us a little bit about what you got coming up next week and what those challenges will be.
We go to Lexington, which is a long drive for us, about an hour and a half. I don't know anything about them outside of the little jamboree film we have. I saw their score tonight. They played a good Lathrop team, but we haven't got the film from them to see anything on film yet, so I really don't have a lot to tell you, unfortunately.
Coach, what have you had to change anything up from last year based on personnel, and what has your schedule changed at all? I know we visited a couple of weeks ago, but tell us about your schedule and what it's like this year compared to last.
Everything's the same from last year in terms of schedule, except we played Plattsburgh week 1 instead of midway. No, we haven't had to change up a ton. This is the first time in a few years. You and I have been talking for a while. In 23, we were playing a lot of freshmen, sophomores, and now those kids are juniors and seniors. So we were able to kind of jump back in with 2 feet and get going. And we changed how we're kind of coaching them and doing some things. But other than that, everything's pretty much the same. If you've seen this before, it kind of looks the same, I'd imagine.
Coach, have you had an opportunity to check out any scores from around the area that kind of surprised you, maybe? Open your eyes a little bit?
I tell you what, my buddy just texted me. He's a head coach at South Harrison, and they went over to Milan and beat them 55-14. I kind of opened my eyes a little bit because Milan's a really good program and usually a pretty good football team. So to see them do that to Milan tells me that Class 2 is pretty loaded up in this area. Very good. Well, Coach, how about district-wise? They came out this morning at 7 a.m. Any surprises there? Cameron came down from Class 3, so they joined our district, and our district was already loaded from before, and you just had a really, really good football team from a higher class coming down. So that just made a challenging district even more challenging. So that's a long way away. We got a lot of stuff to do before we worry about that. But our district's probably the best in Class 2 in the entire state, I'd imagine. I would imagine you are correct, Coach. And again, I greatly appreciate you always being friendly with the show and generous with your time. Congratulations on a big win, and we look forward to visiting with you again. Guy, appreciate it, brother. Thanks for having me. Hey, you bet, Coach. Thank you. Coach Aaron Fritz there. I apologize you couldn't hear him there at the beginning. I've been struggling all day with getting my mic situated where it can run through my phone situated where it can run through the box, and got him on, and he wasn't coming through the box. So
my apologies to him and to you, but we got him on. You heard the most of that, I'm sure. Once I figured out what it was. My problem is also that I'm deaf, so if I can't hear somebody, that's not unusual. But Kent, we'll go back to the score desk there with Kent Mueller. And Kent, any other scores coming in at this time?
Yes, I have. I have some finals. Here's a final: North Platte 40, Butler 32. I have Windsor Jack 52-6. Pierce City 42-20. Harrisburg 24. South Shelby 16. It's Ash Grove 34. Diamond 0. And it's 7. Skyline 19. El Dorado Springs 40. Kabul 0. And let's see, West Platte and Christ Prep. That is a 3 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. I have fourth quarter score: Tipton 50, California 0. Another fourth quarter score: Russellville 26, Cole Camp 13. Fourth quarter score: Carrollton 36, Fayette 6. Fourth quarter score: Russellville 26, Cole Camp 13. I have Marceline falling to Putnam County 42-21. I have Butler falling to North Platte 42-32. Houston 42, Pierce City 20. Van Far 38, West Tran 14. And let me move over to another page, and we'll have County 26-12 over Herman in the fourth. Here I got a bunch of fourth quarter scores. Let me look for some more finals here. Blair Oaks 42, Maryville 14, as we had mentioned. Liberty over Stratford 48-0. Jefferson 52, Priory 7. And I have Fairgrove 29, Mountain Grove 28, North Callaway 34, South Callaway 14. Houston over Pierce City 42-20, and McDonald County 39, Lamar 35. And I have these are finals also: Warsaw 27, Lawson 20, Ash Grove 34, Diamond 0, Windsor over Lone Jack 52-6, Macon over Kirksville 16-7, Mark Twain 30, Highland 20, Lathrop 44, Lexington 0, East Buchanan 50 over Central 6. Sarcoxy 27, Skyline 27, Skyline 19. I have Mexico falling to Centralia 26-14. North Platte 40, Butler 32. I think that's a new score. St. Genevieve 49 over St. Vincent, who had 35. 49-35, favor of St. Genevieve. Now we'll move on over and looking for combing through some. Yes, I had St. Genevieve 49, St. Vincent 35, Hillsborough 44, Moberly 34, Warrenton 24, Wright City 7. Seneca over Cassville 33-27. Marshall over Chillicothe 25-19. I have St. Clair 35, Potosi 21. Central 37, Owensville 0. Perryville 35-21 over Fredericktown. Boonville 27, Quincy 19, and I have Fort Zumwalt South 21, Winfield 6.
Well, very good. Very good.
0.
We do have a request from our chat box from Cole Young wanting to know if anyone has a final on the Lamar score.
Okay, let me check. I have not
Sorry,
seen.
not Lamar, Marionville. Sorry, Cole, I can't read.
I am looking and I am not seeing it. I will look.
He also lets us know that Adrian defeated Sherwood 43-20. So, on that note, we're going to take another time out here real quick. We come back, we'll be visiting with Marshfield head coach Cody Bull after these messages from our sponsors.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can I give them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. And on my channel, we're up to 330 or 341 live viewers here right now as we speak. Certainly that you've tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. Also presented by Lyona Labor's Local 663, our team of the week. Sponsor, Lyona Labor's Local 663, who reminds us, everybody, all the work zones that are going on right now in Missouri, especially in Southwest Missouri, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Lyona Labor's Local 663, building Missouri and connecting us all. Also presented by Doak Propane for all your propane needs in Polk County and surrounding counties. See the folks at Doak. Also want to remind everybody, this Monday is Labor Day, so there will be no Springfield Area Quarterback Club meeting. Typically, it is held at Bambino's Italian Cafe there on East Battlefield at Lone Pine. Doors open at 11. Meal is ready by 11:30. Coaches begin speaking at noon, and we are out of there by 1 o'clock. So I invite you to come down and join us for lunch. It's only $10. $10 buffet-style meal from Bambino's Italian Cafe, voted the finest Italian cafe in the 417 area code. Again, if you'd like to be part of the show, you can email us at MissouriSportsNetwork@gmail.com. But I encourage you to go to our YouTube page and subscribe at YouTube. We go now. I think Alan Hilliard is alongside. Alan, how are you, sir?
I am doing good there, Guy. It was a all Carthage Tiger show tonight down in Carthage. It was an early.
Well, I tell you what, let's talk about that in a second. We got Cody Bull on the line. And welcome to the show now, Marshfield Blue Jays head coach, Cody Bull. Coach Bull, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Guy.
Coach, watch that game last night. What a defensive effort by the Blue Jays Tell us a little bit about that contest and go. It went right down to the wire to a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it was awesome. Our guys played fantastic on defense. We went through the film today after school with everybody, and we really hard pressed to find a whole lot of negatives on the defensive side of the ball for us. We had a ton of great effort. We had guys running the ball. Specifically pulled up a play where they ran a read zone play, and half our defense was on the quarterback, half our defense was on the running back, and they were all within a couple feet of the ball at the end of the play, and it was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and Coach, number one, did you come out of last night's game relatively healthy?
Yeah, relatively healthy. We've got normal bumps and bruises, things like that, but came out of it. Everybody should be good to go next week, and it was a very physical game. Parkview was super physical, and I feel like we're pretty physical. And it was the night that was. There's a lot of noise coming off the field for sure.
Coach, as you look at last night, you go back through the film. What are some things that stood out to you? You talked a little bit about the defense that really impressed you about your guys and what they were able to do. Maybe a couple of players. Maybe it was a certain segment. Maybe defensive backfield, defensive line, offensive line. What really impressed you as you looked at the Blue Jays on film last night?
Right. So, we talked during the preview. We were replacing 2 inside linebackers that, had about 150 tackles each last year. Our 2 new inside linebackers had 18 and 17 tackles last night. Aiden Cobb was 18 and Caleb Bull was 17. They led us in tackles and played really well. Both our defensive ends, I thought, played fantastic. Caleb Casper and Josh Lambeth. And Caleb played a lot for us last year and started some games. And Josh is a senior who's really just worked hard and not been a Friday night guy. And he had a couple sacks, a fumble recovery, basically touched every statistical category. TFL sacks, had a PBU, fumble recovery, all kinds of things. And those are the kind of guys that make it really fun to coach high school football. And the secondary, we played very well. Parkview is super athletic. They've got some receivers who can really run. They do a great job catching the ball. And I thought we defended the pass significantly better than I was anticipating. And Leighton Callaway, Christian Jackson, Hayden Swanigan, Ivan Thompson, and Case Steinbach, those guys all really did a great job breaking up passes and making it difficult for those guys.
Coach, we talked earlier in the season about the preparation, and number one, you kind of had to be ahead of everyone else because you're playing a night earlier than everyone else, and then you have the added bonus there that Parkview picks up 4 or 5 new players when Central drops their program. What was that preparation like, knowing that just happened just shortly before you had to play them?
Yeah, it was interesting, and they definitely, there were some guys out there that I felt like helped them, but they were significantly improved. Coach Bruffett is doing a fantastic job with those guys, and it's no surprise that everybody thinks they're on the rise a little bit, because it was, especially their defensive front was much improved. I thought they were super physical and really fast off the ball. And the secondary, they're very good tacklers, so they make it hard to get big plays. And it was one of those things that you always, the first week, you get kind of a jamboree film, and you don't have a ton to go off of, but it's a staff that's returning, so you feel like you have a pretty good idea of what's going on. But your team's new and their team's new, so you just try to do your best to get into a lot of things early, and then make some adjustments and try to keep the game as clean as you can, because operations are always a little funny that first week anyways. And I think the team that kind of handles those things the best comes out on top sometimes.
Well, now you've got the advantage that not many other have, is that you've got an extra day of preparation here for week 2, in which you obviously you needed it and you've earned it. But what lays in front of you coming up here in week 2?
Yeah, we've got Reed Spring. We just got done watching that. I think won that game. And that was a really close game up until late. Rogersville kind of busted it open. But Reed Spring looked like Reed Spring looks. Coach Cagle has them playing super hard, and they did some really good, nice stuff on offense, I thought. And it's definitely going to be a tough game. They always have really tough kids. And they're going to come to our place this week, and we get to open up the new field, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Very good. Well, Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time. Congratulations on the win last night. I look forward to seeing you at the Quarterback Club. Here's we get that kicked off on September the 8th, and hopefully you got your schedule, didn't you, for the Quarterback Club?
Yes, sir. I sure did. I appreciate it.
All right. Very good. Well, we will see you there if we don't talk to you before then.
All right, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Have a good night.
You too. Coach Cody Bull there from Marshfield, and defensive effort last night. And, I mentioned Kent, with Central canceling their season, Parkview picked up, I believe, 4 or 5 extra, varsity players on their roster going into that game, shortly before they play it. And so consequently, he's got all that prep he did. He's got to add 4 or 5 more names to it, but comes out on top in a defensive struggle right down to the wire at 7-6. And we'll go back to back to Alan Hilliard, here from Alan Hilliard Sports, as he's on his long drive back from Carthage, Missouri, as Waynesville went down there and really kind of got it handed to him by a very good Carthage team. Alan, what were your thoughts on that? Alan, can you hear me? How about Kent? Kent, can you hear me?
Yes. And
okay. Have you
have
any scores?
I do not have the Marionville score. I'm still looking for that. I have some 8-man football. Polo 74, Schuyler County 28. That's a final. North Shelby 50, Bishop LeBlond 24, East Atchison 20, North Andrew 8. It is Lockwood 38, Archie 36. Sweet Springs fell to Hardin Central 60-36. Rockport over Worth County 34-26. New Heights Christian 42, Rich Hill 36. It was Albany 74, DeKalb 32. South Holt 47 over Stanbury with 18. That's 47-18. South Holt over Stanbury. Knox County 70, St. Paul 34, Oric 50, Southwest 30. We have finals for all the 8-man.
Very good.
Moving into some of the other. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to tell you go ahead here. I'm trying to get back down here to Alan, but I don't see him on the screen. He must be in an area he can't hear us. He has left the building. So go ahead.
We can't hear him now.
Yeah, we can't hear him now. We can't even see him. But a lot of scores going out tonight. I was surprised by the Mountain View Liberty, shutting out a very good Stratford team, very well coached Stratford team. I know they lost a lot off of last year's group, but Mountain View Liberty must be for real, and they have been for real for a long time. They've been a very good program there at Mountain View Liberty, and I believe there's another Ackland coaching there as well. But that score kind of surprised me. Not surprised by much of the other scores. We'll be talking with Brett Wiggers here from Troy Buchanan coming up in just a few minutes here. But why don't you run down the other scores that we have at this time, Kent?
Okay, yes, I have Van Far 38, West Rand 14, Putnam County 42, Marceline 21. In overtime, North Platte 40, Butler 32, Polo 74, Schuyler County 28. Have Scotland County 22, Louisiana 19, and Pierce City over falling to Houston 42-20, and final Ash Grove over Diamond 34-0, El Dorado Springs 40-0 over Kabul, and it's Windsor 52, Lone Jack 6, Harrisburg 24, South Shelby 16, and Sarcoxy 27, Skyline 19. Let's see here. I will have some more.
Coming off of the chat line, we do have a final. Warsaw defeats Lawson 27-20. So we want to say thank you to that score coming in, and I'll tell you in just a second. Alan Hilliard now is calling us. So let's see here. Alan Hilliard from Alan Hilliard Sports. Alan, what's going on?
There we go. Sorry, I'm passing through the Mount Vernon area here, and
God's country. That's God's country.
Cell signal, as you know, does not work sometimes. For the data network, anyway.
Yeah, we've got just a couple of minutes here before Brett Wiggers joins us from Troy Buchanan. Tell us a little bit about that Carthage-Waynesville game tonight.
Well, the Carthage team, they were everything that was written about them so far. They came out with a quick touchdown pass on the third play of the game. Waynesville had about an 8-minute drive to wind out most of the first quarter, and then Carthage had a quick little touchdown to, I believe, make it 14-0. And then by the midway through the second quarter, that was already 35-0 at that point, as the Tigers, a couple turnovers and a punt return, kind of sealed their fate for Waynesville. But really some impressiveness with Carthage coming in. I think they're going to have a pretty good run in the COC this year with some of those teams.
Yeah, as you look at, that COC and you look around the scores tonight, Lebanon was very close to pulling one off against Webb City that they haven't beaten since maybe the 80s or 90s, since Lebanon had defeated Webb City. But they go down there to Cardinal Nation, and it was 21-14. They get a touchdown with 2 minutes and 41 seconds left to go in the game. They go for two, try and seal the deal, and just come up short on a little pass, kind of a corner route, and come up a little bit short there. And then I was also surprised by the Mountain View Liberty Stratford score. That one got out of hand very quickly, I guess. But any other scores kind of surprise you there as we wait on Coach Wiggers from Troy Buchanan to give us a call?
Well, the Nixa Republic game in Republic there, that was a great effort by Republic. I'm not sure the final of that game, but for most of the game there, Republic was right there in that contest. It was 28-14 whenever the game was over in Carthage. I thought, Republic had a great effort for, again, another one of the stronger COC teams.
Yeah, and maybe the best team in the state. When you're talking about Nixa, I know that they're gonna have to face a DeSmet or a CBC or SLU or somebody like that at some point, or Blue Springs South, or Liberty North. But they are in the conversation for being one of the best teams in the state, as is Republic in their class. Being just a Class 5 school. But anyway, Alan, well, hey, I'll let you get back on the road here, and we're going to visit now with Coach Wiggers, Brett Wiggers from Troy Buchanan. But Alan, we'll check in with you, or you can check in with us as you get a cell signal, and you can jump back on restream with us.
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye-bye. That was Alan Hilliard from Alan Hilliard Sports. And Kent, do we have any more finals coming in here?
Yeah, I have Christian Brothers 63, Sacred Heart, which is out of Illinois, 63-20. Christian Brothers, and it's Missouri beating up on Illinois, because earlier we noted that SLU beat St. Ignatius out of Chicago 22-3. At Lee Summit North 24, Ray Peck 13, Joplin 31, Kickapoo 7.
All right, we've got Coach Brett Wiggers is joining us now. Coach, thanks so much for your time.
Oh, thanks a lot for having me on. I appreciate it.
Coach, a huge win tonight over Ladue, 43-0. Talk about that contest and what really stood out to you, from the Trojans that you guys really did well tonight.
Yeah, obviously 0 points on the scoreboard for the opponent. So defense played a great game. They were lights out all night long. Our front did a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage, kind of making Ladue one-dimensional, which was huge. So we kind of, just locked in, got the run game taken care of, and forced them to go through the air. Forced 3 takeaways, which was big time for us. Our offense was, we had some explosive plays. We didn't move the ball quite as consistently as we would have liked to, from the get-go. But our defense put us in great positions all night long, and offense got clicking a little bit as we went going. So certainly some things to clean up going into week 2, but never complain about 43-0.
Hey, Coach, you in the regular season last year undefeated. Coming off of that team, what did you have to replace, and who are some of the young men who kind of stepped into some of those roles and who played well tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. We bring back a lot of our skill players, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback, running back, our top 2 running backs are back. So we've got a lot of those guys back. So up front, we were a little bit more green. On the offensive side of the ball, had 3 new offensive linemen that were making their first start last night. Those guys did a pretty good job. Obviously some things to improve upon. And then on the defensive side, breaking in pretty well a new secondary. So there's a lot of guys who are stepping into new roles, but did a pretty good job week 1. Like I said, we've got some things we need to improve upon, but pleased with where we're at, and hopefully we can continue to grow.
Coach, you come out of last night's contest. You come out relatively healthy.
Yeah, we're in great shape, which is good. Knock on wood. Hopefully we can continue that. But we'll be at full strength next week whenever we have O'Fallon, Illinois comes out.
And what do you know about O'Fallon? Is this a team that you play, on an annual basis, or is this someone you've added to your schedule?
Yeah, so this is our 4th matchup with them we played them each of the last 3. They got the best of us the first 2 times we played them last year. We went over to their place and we had a good night and kind of got after them. So, being a team from across the river is not a team that we see a ton of. So really looking forward to diving into the film and seeing what they're about. I saw they won against Triad tonight. I don't remember what the final score was, but I think they won by a few scores. So looking forward to diving into it and seeing what they've got and, coming up with a plan.
And with the districts being released this morning at 7 a.m., any surprises there for you, or you kind of expect or land where you expected?
It's interesting. It looks a little bit different for us this year. Last year we matched up with a lot of the Columbia teams. We ended up running into Rockbridge in the district championship, and that was our lone loss on the season. This year we got matched up with a bunch of teams that were a little bit more local for us. A lot of teams from the GAC conference. So this year we've got the benefit of being matched up from a district standpoint with teams that we are very familiar with. So, we're excited about the path for us, but we're going to take things one game at a time and not worry too much about what's happening in October. Just worried about what's happening next week.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, always appreciate being generous with your time here. The second appearance here on the show. We do have a rule to actually become a friend of the show. You have to make 3 appearances. So hopefully, by the end of the year, you get another victory and we'll get you back on.
Absolutely. You let me know and I'll be glad to get on. I appreciate you guys.
Coach, thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too. Goodbye.
Bye. Coach Brett Wiggers there from Troy Buchanan, kind enough to join us there. They got O'Fallon, Illinois next week. They played last night, 43-0 win over Ladue. And for the guys that are sending me the chats about the Marionville score, we do have a final there. Marionville defeated Stockton 48-23. So that game has gone final. What we're going to do right now, we're going to step away. We're going to take a quick timeout, and we will come back, and we will be visiting here with Ted LePage from Blair Oaks, as they got a big win tonight over a very good Maryville team. Maryville
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. The heartbeat's strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do best. Helping neighbors, pitching in, getting it done. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. And every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Seems Bill's up the creek without a paddle.
That's not funny.
And while he really wants a new boat, at Central Bank, we're helping Bill plan for what's most important. Like retiring early and fishing whenever he wants. Hey, Bill, try it again.
Fine.
Hope a new boat's part of this plan.
Dream bigger, Bill. We're thinking about a cabin, too.
Now that's a plan.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State Campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back here to the Missouri Sports Network. I hope everybody can hear me now. I am not sure what is going on. My apologies there. I hope that you heard the interview. I hope everybody can hear me now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, very good.
Can you hear me? Good.
I can hear you. Let's run down through the scores here real quick before we hear from Ted LePage.
All right, I have some more scores. Here's Lee Summit North, 24. Ray Peck, 13. Joplin, 31. Kickapoo, 7. Hickman, 48. Marquette, 14. Have Ozark over Willard, 44-26. Webb City, 28. Lebanon, 20. Parkway West, 28 over Seckman, 27. And another close one, Jackson, 23. Cardinal Ritter, 20. Carthage, 50. Waynesville, 8. Jeff City, 17. Camdenton, 7. Union, 14 over Washington with 10. Nevada, 63 over Monette, 34. Kearney, 36. Fort Osage, 8. Elias, 26. Hannibal, 20. Roosevelt, 20. Confluence Prep, 12. Have Pembroke Hill, 48. Southeast, 0. Warrenton, 24. Wright City, 7. Knobnoster, 43. Versailles, 0. Don Burrows, 20. University, 0. Lincoln Prep, 13 over University Academy. That score was 13-12. Borgia, 28. Pacific, 21. St. Clair, 35. Potosi, 21. Boonville, 27. Quincy Senior High out of Illinois, 19. That's the third score I can think of. Missouri hiding in Illinois high school tonight. 44, Northeast Kansas City, 0. Hillsboro, 44-34. Lift for Life, 22. MICDS, 17. It's Blair Oaks over Maryview to 14. Marshall over Chillicothe, 25-19. I have Harrisonville over Richmond, 49-22. Fort Zumwalt South, 21. Winfield, 6. Perryville, 35. Fredericktown, 21. Park Hills Central, 37. Owensville, 0. Seneca over Cassville, 33-27. And Afton over Lutheran South, 30-21. At Warsaw, 27. Lawson, 20. Mountain View Liberty 48, Stratford 0, North Callaway 34, South Caledon Mark Twain 30, Island 20, Lathrop 44, Lexington 0, and it's McDonald County over Lamar 39-35. Jefferson 52, Priory 7. Fair Grove over Mountain Grove 29-28. I have St. Genevieve 49, St. Vincent 35. Harrisburg 24 over South Shelby with 16. Sarcoxy 27, Skyline 19. Putnam County 42, Marceline 21. Windsor 52, Lone Jack 6. Dexter over Malden 61-0. Sykeston over Crystal City 70-6. El Dorado Springs over Kabul 40-0. Ash Grove 34, Diamond 0. Paris over Keithville 66-0. Mound City 46 over Princeton with 14, and it's West Nottoway 68, St. Joe Christian 28. Mound City 46, Princeton 14, and Polo over Schuyler County 74-28. Northwest over Santa Fe 66-8. North Shelby 50, Bishop LeBlanc 24. Tarkio over North Andrew 20-8. Knox County over St. Paul Lutheran 70-34. 64 over Stewartville with 6. It's Hardin Central 60, Sweet Springs 36, Appleton City 88, Greenfield 14. Drexel fell to Liberal 42-40. Have Lockwood over Archie 38-6, and Albany over DeKalb 74-32. Those are the scores I have now.
Well, again, we will reiterate, and I know you read this, but Marionville did beat Stockton 48-23. And going back to last night's scores, it was Eureka over Francis Howe 34-22. Liberty Wentzville over Francis Howe Central 49-21. North Point defeated Francis Howe North 29-0. It was Kirkwood over Fort Zumwalt West 10-3. Hazelwood East over Hazelwood West 45-0. Troy Buchanan shuts out Ladue Horton Watkins 43-0. Just got an opportunity to visit with Coach Brett Wiggers on that. Lafayette Wildwood shuts out Parkway North 45-0. Mid Buchanan 54-6 over Plattsburgh. Fort Zumwalt North 34-26 over Pattonville. And Marshfield defeats Parkview 7-6. We are awaiting Coach Ted LePage here. We'll take a quick timeout, come back, and we'll visit with Blair Oaks head football coach Ted LePage after these messages.
Things are a little tight for Terrence.
Actually, we're just going to go right to Ted LePage right now because he just called in. And we welcome to the show now Blair Oaks head football coach Ted LePage. Coach LePage, thanks so much for your time.
Well, appreciate it. We're just riding on a bus. Be on it for another about 2 hours. So 2 hours already.
Got a captive audience then, Coach. Hey, big win tonight over Maryville, and you guys have battled now 3 times in the last 2 years. What 42-14, I believe the final tonight was. What was the difference in the game? Where did you guys excel, and who are some of the young men that really stepped up for you?
Well, first, ultimate respect for Maryville. To go there, unbelievable facilities, first of all. Second, hospitality's awesome. Third, great environment, plus an unbelievably great football team. But what we've I think the road trip, being a 4-hour road trip, we started at 5:30. We didn't get exactly the start we wanted. We, we're in a little bit of a dogfight. Knew Maryville had everything going. Second half really came out and controlled the line of scrimmages on both sides of the ball. Defensively, forced some turnovers. We had 3 turnovers, I believe, in the second half. Really led scores. Our D-line really started to overtake the Maryville offensive line later in the game, and then our secondary just was able to track down some balls and get some picks, and we had an exciting pick six. Offensively, Tyler Backs threw the ball really well. He just, he's a very good processor, very good with everything he does. Caught the ball extremely well. We had 11 different players either catch or run the ball tonight, so we felt very good about our depth, and really just seemed that our conditioning paid off in the second half. Plus, our attention to detail came a lot better in the second half. Didn't think we played with a very good passion in the first half, but in the second half we played with a lot more passion, and our players went out and executed a lot better in the second half than we did in the first.
And Coach, obviously all the success that you've had, not only there at Blair Oaks, but everywhere. Coach, what stood out tonight? Did anybody surprise you? Did you think, man, I didn't know he was going to be that good?
Well, I think we have a young man that plays receiver for us. That's probably, if people were watching this, would be like, oh, he's your fourth receiver named Brendan Rackers. Brendan made two really big, important catches, one on third down and one on fourth down tonight. Very big target. I think he's a young man that as the year goes on, everybody's going to be wild. We got Brady Davis, we got Hayden Lang, we got Tyler Backs. But he's a guy that comes through for us. Then another young man, Cooper Peters, who plays tight end for us. He had a big night, a touchdown catch, had 3 or 4 receptions for about 75, 80 yards. He is 6'6", real long. I think he's another guy that people are going to be that. We know a left guard that has started his first game tonight by the name of Bo Brown. He really played well towards the end of the game, really started to step up, and is going to be a good player for us. On the defensive side, Carson Lewering, very dominant. Defensive lineman, 2-time All-State, had an interception, also had a fumble recovery, forced a lot of things on passes. Zane West, one of our defensive ends, got after it. I really think our linchpin of our defense, though, has to be Jace Chenard, who's our middle linebacker. I don't know how many times it was like, ooh, he was making ooh tackles. And I was really surprised by that because he's about $65, $70, but boy, does he knows how to strike. He's like a cobra when he comes out of the stance. So very, very impressive. And then Shea Lenhart had 2 interceptions. First team All-State DB last year. Tested him, had 2 interceptions. One he took back for a touchdown. So, a very complete effort. We need to clean some things up. Very, very uneventful first halves because of some just mental errors. But things that I think our players tomorrow, we get home, we watch football morning, I think they'll really grasp that and try to be better for next week.
Did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy outside of just normal football bumps and bruises?
We did. We had one of our safeties, Austin Nell, just had a little bit of an ankle injury late in the game. Walked off, said it felt good. Trainer thinks it looks good. Everything, checked out. So we'll see where he's at in the morning. But we didn't play him the rest of the game. We actually, subbed him out after that. And probably could have went back into play, but we just, there was no need to. But outside of that, yeah, really, really pleased with getting out of Maryville with bumps and bruises very much, but no serious injuries.
Now you've got Lutheran North, the only team, I believe, to beat you over the past 2 seasons. What are you going to have to do in preparation and come Friday night? What are you going to have to do to get a win there? The very, very good football team.
Well, a couple things. One, play a state semifinal week 1 on the road 4 hours away, then turn around and play the defending Class 4 state champions at home. Who's scheduling that? Not a very smart football coach, I guess, but we really want those challenges. We really do, because our players, they want to be challenged, and this is a team that's going to challenge in every way. They're big up front. They just got size. They got guys that look like they should be football players playing the offensive defensive line. Linebackers and safeties are very, very ball hawky. They sit back. They play off man, but they're very good at driving on the ball. Last year we had 5 turnovers against them, so we're going to have to really work on our ball security and our positioning of our throws this week. On the offensive side, they got a running back that every time he touches it, you hold your breath because he can take it the distance. Our quarterback maybe is accurate and is as good a passer as we'll see this year. He's very, very accurate, great deep ball thrower, and they have 4 guys that can go get it. So for us, we're going to have to really take away the big play. Last year, we did a really good job on about 7 or 8 of their drives. We were 3 and outs, but on about 6 of those drives, they had plus 50-yard touchdowns. We got to take those away from them. We can't let them have those just cheap, easy scores. And offensively, we didn't convert on a couple third downs. We had a couple penalties last year that when it was 16-14 when we still were in the game that we didn't convert because of penalties. And so we need to clean that up and play really clean football next week. We play really clean football. It's going to take a tall task against this team, but I think our players will have some energy playing at home, playing a team that kind of really had their way with us last year. We got a lot to prove.
Very good. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate you being part of the show, and always appreciate you being generous with your time. And we have a rule here at the Missouri Sports Network. Once you come on your third time, you are officially a friend of the show. So you are officially a friend of the show. And we look forward to visiting with you throughout the season, and safe travels. I know you've still got an hour and a half, 2 hours to get home.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in Blue Springs right now, so we got quite a ways to
go. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Well, yeah, and I've been to Maryville. I hosted a quarterback club in Maryville, and I didn't think I was ever going to get there.
Well, we were really pleased that we were able to do the 5:30 start. One thing Coach Webb and I agreed upon a couple of years ago. They came to our place last year. It worked out. This early in the season, you don't know if you get that at 5:30, but it does allow us to get home a little probably closer to 1 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're appreciative of that too.
Very good. Well, Coach, thank you so much. Safe travels, and we look forward to catching up with you again this season.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Thank you, Coach. Coach Ted LePage there from Blair Oaks gets a big win, and he does. He, he's got Lutheran North next week. I mean, Class 4 defending state champions. They were the loss last year that Blair Oaks suffered as they went on to win the state championship game. And of course Lutheran North did as well, won the state championship game. But they do such a tremendous job of putting basically kind of front loading their schedule. Last year they beat Maryville 61-12. Then they got beat by 30 points by Lutheran North. And then they got Maryville again late in the season. They're in the state semifinal, won 28-14 there. And then they defeated Seneca in the state championship game 38-28. They were trailing in that game a year ago. But Coach Ted LePage is kind of a legend in Missouri with regards to high school football coaches, and always great to catch up with him. So, Kent, are we getting closer? We'll go back to the score desk and let you run one more time.
I do have a new one at Rockhurst. It's at St. Pius, Kansas City tonight. It was Rockhurst 49, St. Pius, Kansas City 19. And other big schools I have here have Liberty 21 over Lee Summit with 13. Lee Summit North, Ray Peck 13, Joplin 31, Kickapoo 7, Hickman 48, Marquette 14, Ozark 44, Willard 26, Webb City 28, Lebanon 20, close one, Parkway West 28, Seckman 27, Parkway Central 6, Parkway South 0, and Jackson over Cardinal Ritter 23-20. It was Harrison, Arkansas over Branson 34-27. Grain Valley 34, Raytown 7, Carthage 50, Waynesville 8, Jeff City 17, Camdenton 7. Mountain Home out of Arkansas 49 over West Plains with 30. Union over Washington 14-10. Orchard Farm 48, Fort Zumwalt East 14, Nevada 63, Monette 34, Kearney 36, Fort Osage 8, Van Horn 38, Hillcrest 6, Elias 26, Hannibal 20, Roosevelt over Confluence Prep 20-12, Pembroke Hill 48, Southeast 0, Warrenton 24, Wright City 7, Nomnoster 43, Versailles 0. John Burroughs over University City 20-0. Lincoln over University Academy 13-12. It was Borgia over Pacific 28-21, and St. Clair 35, Potosi 21. Boonville 27 over Quincy Senior High in Illinois 27-19. Benton over Northeast of Kansas City 44-0. Hillsboro 44, Moberly 34. Lift for Life 22, MICDS 17. Blair Oaks 42, Maryville 14, with a long ride back as we just found out a few moments ago, pretty much passing through Kansas City on their way back home. Marshall 25, Chillicothe 19. Marquette Catholic out of Illinois 56 over Deschênes with 7. That's 56-7. Marquette Catholic over Deschênes. Harrisonville 49, Richmond 22, Fort Dumwalt South 21, Winfield 6, Perryville over Fredericktown 35-21, Park Hill Central 37, Owensville 0, Seneca 33, Cassville 27, Lutheran South fell to Afton 30-29, Warsaw 27, Lawson 20. Mountain View Liberty 48, Stratford 0, Scott City 49, East Prairie 8. It was North Callaway over South Callaway 34-14, Mark Twain 30, Highland 20, Lathrop 44 over Lexington with 0, 44-0, Lathrop over Lexington. And McDonald County 39, Lamar 35. Jefferson 52, Priory 7. It was Thayer over Highland High out of Arkansas, 41-24. Montgomery County 26, Herman 18. Fair Grove 29, Mountain Grove 28. It was Clinton over Pleasant Hope 69-0. Cape Central 21 over New Madrid County with 6. Cape Central 21-6. Bowling Green 42, Clark County 18. Ava over Buffalo 45-34. Van Far over West Rand 38-14. Saxony Lutheran 54, Veritas Christian 18. It was St. Genevieve 49, St. Vincent 35, Harrisburg over South Shelby 24-16, Sarcoxy 27, Skyline 19. Marceline Falls to Putnam County 42-21. Marionville 48, Stockton 23, Windsor 52, Lone Jack 6. Penny in a close one over Lafayette County 28-27. Houston 42 over Pierce City 42-20. It was Gallatin 43, Maysville 7. Carrollton 36, Fayette 12. Dexter over Malden 61-0. Sykeston over Crystal City 70-6. And El Dorado Springs over Kabul 40-0. We have Ash Grove 34, Diamond 0. Paris 66, Keatsville 0. Mound City over Princeton 46-14. Rockport over Worth County 34-26. Wellington Napoleon 66, Slater 22. West Nottoway 68, St. Joe Christian 28. New Heights Christian 42, Rich Hill 36. Mound City over Princeton 46-14. Polo 74, Schuyler County 28. Pattonsville 52, South Nottoway 46. And Osceola over Jasper 43-18. And it was Oric over Northland Christian 50-30. Northwest over Santa Fe 66-8. North Shelby 50. Bishop LeBon 24. Tarkio 20. North Andrew 8. Knox County 70. St. Paul Lutheran 34. It was King City 64-6 over Stewartsville. And Hardin Central 60-36 over Sweet Springs. Appleton City 88. Greenfield 14. Liberal flip past Drexel 42-40. Bramer over Concordia Peoria 69-12, 38. Archie 6. Albany 74 over DeKalb with 32. That's Albany over DeKalb 74-2. So those
Very
were
good.
some new scores that we had. Some we already had. We have Aurora 32, Mountain View 29.
That's Mount Vernon, and shame on, my goodness. That's
I'm
my.
sorry.
Yeah, it's shame on the Mountaineers.
You probably know something about Mount Vernon.
A little bit. But I tell you what, we're going to take a quick time out here, and I've got to see a man about a horse. And no, I got to make a little exit here, and we'll come back and we'll visit with Adam Cruz, the head coach of St. Louis University High, after these messages from the Missouri Sports Network.
Any given Saturday. And a little work. And a little play.
Hey, little help?
And a truck that says no to nothing.
Hi, Dad. Can we get them a ride?
Yeah.
The Silverado Trail Boss and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Hey, welcome back to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. We're pleased to be joined now, first time participant here on the Missouri Sports Network, St. Louis University High Junior Billikens head football coach Adam Cruz. Coach Cruz, thanks so much for your time today.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for all you do for our kids.
Coach, a tremendous win tonight, 22-3. You trailed 3-0 in this contest, I believe. You win 22-3 over St. Ignatius out of Chicago, Illinois. Tell us about the game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, our kids hung in there. You know, that's a game we lost 56-21 last year. And, 56-3 on a defensive change, that's pretty unbelievable. And actually, the only 3 points we gave up, we fumbled the ball, and they had a short field, and our defense knuckled down in the red zone. We played great in all 3 phases. We blocked a punt for a touchdown. Our offense, even though we weren't necessarily punching it in, we didn't punt all night, so they were eating some clock. And then again, defensively, those guys played outstanding. So it was a great win in all 3 phases, and I'm really proud of our kids for hanging in there.
Coach, tell us a little bit about some of the young men that replaced. Obviously, with graduation, you've had to replace some kids. Talk about some of the guys that really played well tonight for you, maybe stepping into new roles. And did anyone on your team kind of surprise you? I didn't know he was that good.
Yeah, so Junior Busby is a sophomore linebacker. Our linebacker core, we got Keenan Harris, who's committed to Mizzou, Kendall McNutt, who's committed to Kent State. So Junior's a sophomore, kind of in the middle of that. And Junior played unbelievable tonight. He's only 15 years old, just turned 15 the other day. And that triple option offense, that Mike linebacker is really important. Ty Leger is a junior defensive end. This was his first varsity start. He played very well. Alex Ray, first varsity start at nose guard. He played very well. And then our offensive line, we were replacing 4 starters on the offensive line and gave up no sacks tonight and rushed for over 200 yards. So I was really proud of those offensive linemen for stepping up.
And again, we're visiting with Coach Adam Cruz from St. Louis University High, the Junior Billikens head coach. And Coach, did you come out of tonight's contest relatively healthy?
We did, and that's you're always going to get healthy. We're a little, anytime you play a triple option offense, those guys are going to be feeling it a little bit, but no major injuries. Obviously, first game there was some cramping and things like that, but knock on wood, we came out pretty clean.
Very good. Now you've got 3 road games in front of you, with the next one being at Hillsboro. What challenges do they present for the Junior Billikens?
Yeah, Coach Kucharski does a great job with that program. They're a machine. They're playing in that same offense and that same defense since middle school. We got to go down there. It's their military appreciation night, so it's going to be a rowdy environment down in Hillsboro. So our guys got to come ready to play. Last year we were fortunate to come out with a 24-17 win here. It was a dogfight, and we're expecting another dogfight, but we'll be ready for it.
Outstanding, Coach. Well, I tell you what, it's always a pleasure to meet and get to visit with new coaches from around the state. We've visited tonight already. We've talked to Aaron Fritz out of Mid Buchanan. We talked to Troy Buchanan. We've talked to folks from Glendale High School all around the state tonight. But I appreciate you being part of the show, and we have a rule here at the Missouri Sports Network that to actually become a friend of the show, you have to make 3 appearances. So hopefully a couple more times this year we'll get you on. You'll be a friend of the show.
Hey, anytime. I really appreciate all you do for our kids.
Outstanding. Coach Cruz, thank you so much. And, look forward to watching you guys play next week at Hillsboro.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Coach, have a great day. Bye. Coach Adam Cruz making his first appearance here on the Missouri Sports Network. So I'm pretty excited, Kent. I appreciate you helping set that up for us. But big win tonight. 56 points they gave up last year, and they allowed 3 this year. So a big turnaround there for St. Louis University High, and they're always going to be in that mix with DeSmet, Vianney, CBC, Chaminade. And those guys are on their schedule right now. But they got 3 road games here coming up immediately before they return home for Live for Life Academy, and then they're at Vianney. And then they finish up with Chaminade College Prep, Christian Brothers College, and then they're at Rockhurst with that, and that's kind of a long trip for them. But they're in that Class 6 District 2, and those district members in that Class 6 District 2, as you look at that tonight, as I try to look at that, it's St. Louis U, Lafayette Wildwood, who won 45-0, Marquette, who I believe won, DeSmet and CBC. So that's a tough district that they are a member of.
Yeah, and they're doing that with a Mike linebacker that this summer was still 14 years old.
Very good. Yes, you are correct. Well, I'll tell you what, as we wrap up the show tonight, we'll let you run down through the scores one more time, and then we'll jump off here. But certainly appreciate everyone tuning in. I think we had over 1,000 viewers tonight. And that's just on my Twitter. I don't know where everybody else was watching. I don't know what everybody else's Twitter's like, but I had right at 1,000 on mine, and they just went over 70,000 hits tonight as well. So I know there's a lot of people out there paying attention to what we're doing. Couldn't do it without the folks in front of the scenes, but also behind the scenes. And we hope Alan got out of Mount Vernon so he can.
Everybody would like everybody to go out and tell a friend.
Yes. Hey, do us a favor. You one favor. You don't have to tell 2 friends. Just tell 1 friend. Tell 1 friend, hey, tune in to the Missouri Sports Network. Go give them a like on Facebook. Go subscribe on the YouTube page. And, hey, you want to be the smartest fan in the stands? That's what you need to do. Kent, we'll go back to the score desk. Run through them one more time for us.
All right, we'll start out with games last night. It was Eureka 34, Francis Howell 22, North Point 29, Francis House North 0, Kirkwood 10, Fort Zumwalt West 3. It was Hazelwood East over Hazelwood West 45-0, Troy Buchanan 43, Ladue 0, Lafayette 45 over Parkway North with 0. It was Mid Buchanan 54, Plattsburgh 6, and Marshfield edged out Parkview 7-6, and Fort Zumwalt North 34, Pattonville 26. Those games were played last night. Tonight's games. It was Albany 74, DeKalb 32, Lockwood 38, Archie 6, Bramer 69, Concordia 12. Liberal edged out Drexel 42 to 40. It was Appleton City 88 over Greenfield with 14. Hardin Central over Sweet Springs 60 to 36. King City 64, Stewartsville 6. Knox County over St. Paul Lutheran 70 to 34. It was Tarkio 20, North Andrew 8. And it was North Shelby over Bishop LeBlanc 50 to 24. Northwest 66, Santa Fe 8. Oric 50 over Northland Christian with 30. Osceola 43, Jasper 18, and Pattonsburg over South Nottoway 52 to 46. Polo 74, Schuyler County 28. Mound City 46, Princeton 14. New Heights Christian 42, Rich Hill 36. It was West Nottoway over St. Joe Christian 68 to 28. Wellington Napoleon 66, Slater 22. Rockport over Worth County 34 to 26. Princeton fell to Mound City 46 to 14, and it was Paris 66, Keithsville 0. We have Ash Grove 34, Diamond 0. El Dorado Springs over Kabul 40 to 0. Cole Camp edged out Russellville 27 to 26. Sykeston 70, Crystal City 6. Dexter 61, Malden 0. Carrollton 36, Fayette 12. Gallatin over Maysville 43 to 7. And Pierce City fell to Houston 42 to 20. And Penny edged out Lafayette County 28 to 27. It was Windsor 52, Lone Jack 6, Marionville 48, Stockton 23, Clever 23, Miller 21, and Putnam County over Marceline 42 to 21. Sarcoxy defeated Skyline 27 to 19. Harrisburg over South Shelby 24 to 16. St. Genevieve 49, St. Vincent 35, Saxony Lutheran 54, Veritas Christian 18, and it was Van Far 38, West Rand 14. Buffalo fell to Ava 45 to 34. Bowling Green over Clark County 42 to 18. Cape Central over New Madrid County 21 to 6. Clinton 69, Pleasant Hope 0. Fair Grove edged out Mountain Grove 29 to 28. It was Montgomery County 26, Herman 18. Thayer over Highland High of Arkansas 41 to 24. Jefferson defeated Priory 52 to 7. It was Macon 16 over Kirksville with 7. McDonald County 39, Lamar 35. Lathrop defeated Lexington 44 to 0. It was Mark Twain 30, Highland 20. North Callaway 34, South Callaway 14. Palmyra defeated Hallsville 48 to 14. Scott City over East Prairie 49 to 8. Mountain View Liberty 48, Stratford 0. Warsaw over Lawson 27 to 20. Afton edged out Lutheran South 30 to 29. Aurora in a close win over Mount Vernon 32 to 29. And Seneca edged out Cassville 33 to 27. Park Hills Central 37, Owensville 0. Perryville prevailed over Fredericktown 35 to 21. Fort Zumwalt South 21, Winfield 6. Harrisonville 49, Richmond 22. Marquette Catholic out of Illinois defeated Deschênes 56 to 7. It was Marshall over Chillicothe 25 to 19. Blair Oaks over Maryville 42 to 14. And it was Lift for Life defeating MICDS 22 to 17. Hillsboro 34, Hillsboro 44, Moberly with 34. Benton defeated Northeast of Kansas City 44 to 0. Odessa over Southern Boone, 28-13. Booneville over Quincy Senior High out of Illinois, 27-19. St. Clair defeated Potosi, 35-21. Borgia defeated Pacific, 28-21. Lincoln Prep edged out University Academy, 13-12. John Burroughs defeated University City, 20-0. While Knob Noster beat Versailles, 43-0. Warrenton 24, Wright City 7. It was Pembroke Hill 48, Southeast 0. Osage defeated Bolivar 28-20. Carl Junction over Capital City 35-21. Roosevelt 20. Confluence Prep 12. Freeburg, Illinois defeated DeSoto 30-14. Helias over Hannibal 26-20. And it was Van Horn defeating Hillcrest 38-6. Timberland 29, Holt 13, Kearney 36, Fort Osage 8. It was Nevada 63 over Monette with 34. Orchard Farm defeated Fort Zumwalt East 48-14. Smith Cotton defeated Warrensburg 17-7, while Union defeated Washington 14-10. Mountain Home, Arkansas 49, West Plains 30. It was Jeff City over Camdenton 17-7. Carthage over Waynesville 50-8. Grain Valley defeated Braytown 34-7. Harrison out of Arkansas defeated Branson 34-27, and it was Jackson over Cardinal Ritter 23-20. Parkway Central over Parkway South in a close one 6-0. Parkway West 28, Seckman 27. It was Rockers 49, St. Pius, Kansas City 19. Truman 33 over Ruskin with 6. Webb City 28, Lebanon 20, Ozark 44, Willard with 26. Hickman 48, Marquette 14. It was Joplin over Kickapoo 31-7. And Lee Summit North over Ray Peck 24-13. Blue Springs defeated Lee Summit West 31-6, while Liberty defeated Lee Summit 21-13. And we have Christian Brothers over Sacred Heart of Illinois 63-20, and St. Louis University High 22 over St. Ignatius out of Chicago 22-3. Those are the scores we have.
Well, outstanding, and I bet there's nobody else who has any more than those, including Misha. Probably not. But Kent, at the score desk, thanks so much. Behind the scenes, Coach Darren Archer posting the scores for us and searching for them. I wish you hadn't found the Mount Vernon one, but oh well. Hey, I bleed green, so it's all we can do right now. But you've been listening to Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network. It will re-air tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. You hear from all the coaches once again. Coaches, we appreciate you tuning in or calling in. Aaron Frick from Mid-Buchanan, Cody Bull from Marshfield, Brett Wiggers from Troy Buchanan, Temple Page from Blair Oak, and Adam Cruz from St. Louis University High. And thanks to our newest sponsor here on the Missouri Sports Network. Are you nearing retirement or just turned 65? Medicare shouldn't feel like a maze. At Calhoun and Associates Insurance, we guide you step by step, just like a good neighbor would. We've helped hundreds of folks just like you pick the right Medicare plan and build a retirement strategy that fits your needs and your dreams. Because planning for the future shouldn't be stressful. It should be empowering. You've earned a peace of mind. Now let's make sure that you get it. Call Calhoun and Associates Insurance today at 417-379-2157 or visit CalhounInsurances.com. Local experts, personalized advice, and real peace of mind. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol and Liuna Labor's Local 663 remind us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Good night. God bless.